See? There we
All
go.
right. So, all right. Yep. You're cleared, hero. You're cleared. You can all enter Tarrant.
Nice. Oh,
That
they
was
didn't ask me for an
really
ID? Oh wait,
embarrassing.
is it because
You're from Mana.
they don't care about foreigners?
Did I even know that was a real place?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just thinking that they didn't know it was real, they just assumed, he's this crazy guy. They don't
Ah,
have
it's the blue
idea.
hair.
I'm not even convinced it's a real place.
Ah,
Next
those
time Angelo
crazy
comes here,
Enofians.
he's gonna just
Yeah,
make up a place.
a little bit, a little rougher than the other maps, but here
It's
it is.
very, very, well, Terrebone.
Yeah, the red circle indicates vast bats of damage.
Ah.
That's where a lot of the damage was done. Because as you might remember, if you, as a the nog for a jog to your nog, the jog to your nog,
A nog
uh,
jog.
at the end of the last campaign, a dragon was let loose in the middle of this city.
Ah, I wonder who did that.
Do they have the damage oval like marked on the city maps? Is that a feature? Or is that just meta
That's
you're
meta.
giving us that? Okay. I think that would hmm. Okay, yeah.
It's just all taped off.
It's like an infamous. On the third island, there's that huge section of the map where it's just like that was ground zero. God, that feels like a deep cut now, infamous one.
Okay, so yeah, people are just sort of walking about Tarrant. It's night, uh, so they're just kind of there's less traffic around. Uh, Atmosphere is a little bit tense. It has been since the end of the war.
What
There's
is oh, sorry.
Have we
uh,
actually been in here before in a
I don't
peaceful
think we
time?
have. I don't think we've ever been inside Tarrant in game. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So
I think this
what
is
are
the
we
first
looking
for
at?
us.
you're looking at a city that's very, it's very.
Tarantino-esque.
I don't know why, Neo, because we have had a list and I've forgotten basically all of it. Do you want to know what Tarrant has always looked like in my head? And this is really weird. It's
What?
always looked like D Dust.
Really?
Yeah, it is always in my mind's eye. It looked like D Dust from Counter Strike. I can't explain why. It
You
just
know what's
does.
weird? That's how I picture Yuma.
Huh. Yuma I kind of picture as more of a kind of sand oasis.
I mean, that's not far from D Dust.
Yeah, I mean D Dust is a bit more dry. It's like,
It has
kind of
palm
like not
trees.
palm trees and yeah, and like running water on the sands and like kind of a lot more hilly and kind of rolling
Interesting.
with like
Uh,
Egyptian style huts.
yeah, it's got very, it's got, mostly like sort of dirt roads, wooden, sort of like wooden houses
Hmm.
and buildings. Very kind of old West Texas,
Ah.
almost some of the
Interesting.
building materials, and there's also quite a few, but some of the more official buildings have like columns and all that. It's very much like it's like old West Texas meets like ancient Athens,
Ah.
actually.
I
That's
couldn't imagine
you
this
know
place.
what?
I didn't ever imagine this place being very Athenian. But alright.
You know what? Actually, I think I had always kind of pictured Tarrant as. It's very different from both what it is, but it's also very different from D Dust.
Hmm.
I'm realizing I think I pictured it in kind of like Tudor era London,
Huh.
like very Tudor architecture, and I don't know why or where that comes from.
Whom's no?
Yeah, this is still definitely not what I pictured though. Interesting. All right, so yeah, Felina's kind of looking around, taking in the sights for a minute or so before just Right. All right. I'm headed to the library.
I suppose I'll come with you.
Library is off in this direction.
Oh, actually, okay, she's gonna go to the library. Angelo's going to the library, but he is genuinely curious to just peruse the recreation area because he just wants to know what
Yeah.
Tarantinos do to relax.
Yeah.
Right, so there's
Awful lot of
generally quite a bit of parks. There's actually there's a shooting gallery,
Of course.
and also so surprisingly enough, there's bowling.
Ah, which is
Yeah.
which is just a shooting gallery of another kind.
Yeah.
what is this? Here it is. What is this so-called bowling?
I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah. Oh, look, Angelo. There's a guy. He's standing there with. He has a big ball in his hand. And I think he's gonna throw it. Wait. Oh, oh.
So is
Actually-
this what you're gonna do instead of going to the library? This is what you're gonna do instead of reading?
I just
oh my-
realized what you're gonna
throw
do instead of playing
heavy
the game
balls.
is have a hero pantomime here, watching a bowling alley for the first.
Oh!
Oh my
he hit
goodness!
the-
He hit the pin. He hit the pins. Was he meant to do that? Was that good or bad?
Yeah, no. He looks upset, but he did get a few pins down.
Yeah, this seems about y'all's speed.
Angelo,
Whose
we gotta
line is-
try this.
Whose line is it anyway? And the prompt is someone who is excited to have discovered bowling for the first time.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna go bowling. You enjoy that. You enjoy that boring library shit.
Yeah. We're gonna do some cool stuff. Hey, Scott, you want in?
He's confused, but he asked Polina, "Well, what are we gonna look for in the library?"
I
Your
just have
answer
some
is gonna
research to
determine
do.
whether or not.
Look, I mean, I was just doing some research, but there's always lots of, reading books is never a bad decision. You can learn all kinds of stuff or expand your mind, expand your horizons. They can be fun, take you on all sorts of journeys. Or you could go to roll heavy rock with the guys.
Oh, we got all of them! Look, Angelo!
My
Oh, I
God.
don't want to be near any guns or things that are making loud noises. I'll help you out.
You're about to find out there's just ep guns are allowed in the library. People shoot to change pages. It's mad.
Bang! Oh, like to get the fucking librarian's attention. Shoots in the roof.
I don't know the page I'm looking for, and they just take a shotgun to blast their way to the index.
So, do we want to treat doing research as a library at the library as just like bag of books, basically?
Sure.
All right,
you
so
looking up?
so Felina wants to look up any information she can on these. She wants to learn anything she can about this like crystal that was formed and the shards, what these might actually, because that's something we know there'll be like some chaos magic, but we don't have a good sense of what they'll do, or like, we don't know what to expect, what these would do for someone who has them in their possession, and almost more importantly, what Ryu might be aiming to do with them.
All right. Roll and
Oh, that's
Okay.
a plus 12.
so you find a book called you find a series of books called The Forbidden Spells.
Ooh.
Which is just education about the forbidden schools of magic and why they're forbidden and what they're capable of.
Interesting.
And you sort of peruse through dimension magic And it's there that you find sections on sort of your uh your dimensional energy, uh sort of, and how it can be coalesced, and the chaos it can bring. And yeah, you learn a few things. For one, I'm gonna say you learn that uh magic seeped from other dimensions is the most potent energy, magical energy that we currently know about. And that energy from seeping from the cracks between realities can have a will of its own. And yeah, it's a lot of it is what Dominica told you. You know that it amplifies the powers, amplifies whoever is holding it, can drive them to do really crazy things if they're not super resilient. Uh, and also that it grants people, it can even grant people the ability to uh empower themselves from other dimensions directly, almost treating other dimensions as a like power source.
Just like Pac-Man World 3. Got it.
Yes. And even those without any magical ability at all can find themselves surging with power from it.
Ooh. Felina is going to try and like pickpocket some books into my Schrodinger's bag while we're here. Basically just like pick up another bag of books.
Oh, all right.
Do you want me to
roll deck?
roll? Yeah. Ooh, 8.
I'm gonna say, let's see. As you're doing this, someone rounds the corner and sees you putting books in a bag and says, "You planning on borrowing, lady?"
If I can.
Sure. Where exactly were you Well, but you shouldn't put them in a bag. We really need to bring them to the desk.
Oh, well, is it okay just to carry it to the desk? You know, I mean, look, it's a small bag, just the one book in there.
Just the one book. Well, you really can't. All
I
right.
mean, it's fine. You know, Felina takes out the book. I mean, is there I don't know. I don't even know what the setup process is for a library card or anything. I'm only in town for a few days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just had one other book I was gonna check out too, so you know, it was just so I would be able to go search around and look, have my hands free to look while I had this one.
You know,
It's fine.
I'm only in town for a few days is not necessarily a lie if Felina ever comes back here for a few days at any point for the rest of her life.
Exactly.
Yeah, he scratches his head and just goes, "I guess that's fine."
Cool, thank you. And yeah, Felina will cut it off there and go off to a different. You know what? The other book she picks up.
Yeah.
This is something I okayed with Neo as being lore compliant.
A book that exists, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Pinocchio.
Oh, what?
Pinocchio.
It's
What?
a different. You know, it's different. It's like a Hemlock, you know, version of
Okay.
Pinocchio and so on.
I
But
mean, I guess the GameCube and Garfield exist, so...
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. At this point,
I'm
what
gonna-
is and isn't real is just arbitrary.
It's not the same as, our Pinocchio, but it involves, like, a puppet who wants to be a real boy.
Does it have an adaptation coming out on the GameCube?
We hope so.
Let me look that up.
Have none of you heard of well, I know Swede has heard of Lies of P.
What?
There is a Bloodborne style game coming out called Lies of P. That is an adaptation of Pinocchio.
Could you spell that, please?
Oh yeah, now I remember it. Yeah, no,
Pinocchio.
Lies of P.
Yeah.
Pinocchio is featured in the GameCube game Shrek Super Slam.
Oh, there we go.
That I was so expecting you to say Kingdom Hearts. Like, I now realize that wasn't on the GameCube, but that was such a swerve, expecting Kingdom Hearts and then getting Shrek Super Slam.
That game has tech.
Yeah.
It's crumpet dashing.
What?
See, the thing is, I feel like sentient puppets would be, like, I would expect that to be a thing in Hemlock,
Someone's probably done it.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be a character. There's a class for it.
Felina,
Puppet
actually,
Master.
that's a series of moves Felina could have gone into, is being able to possess mannequins and puppets. And it's
The
like,
Puppet Master.
that could be a way to play her class, is just like, her real body is like in a room super far away and just spending the whole time as a character possessing puppets and dummies.
Dummies.
Yeah, like you two.
No, don't. He already possesses a hero on the regular.
Angelo's more of a twat than anything else.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's commendable with his upbringing.
He's not a dummy nor a numpty. Fool.
So I'm gonna
You
say
kn-
your bag of books that you get is only 3 uses instead of 5.
Okay.
I'm a fool.
That's totally
I
fine.
know nothing. Take the role of a
So, but
silly
yeah,
cat.
going to the front desk, I do ask what the procedure is for, like, getting a library card and checking out books, stuff like that.
You just need to have an ID with you
Okay.
so that they know who you are and where you're from.
Felina is going to, check out the whatever that last book she got caught seeing with was.
Okie dokie. Cool. And anything else you wanted to do?
No, she'll go with. Actually, well, she asked Scott if he saw anything. If he read anything, if he got any.
He was reading actually some of their books on engineering things, putting things together, because he's a blacksmith. But yeah, so he was just interested in that. He sees their gunsmithing and he's like, God damn, these things are scary.
You're telling
So
me
loud.
I don't know what this world of ours is coming to. More and more gun cucks every day.
Wait a minute. Is a gun cuck someone who won't use a gun?
No, someone who does.
So they're
This
not
has been
cucks as-
established, actually.
I know.
That's Terra Boner,
Right.
derogatory term for someone who uses a gun.
Yeah.
Gun cucks.
Of course, because you're born of nut cuck from someone who was not cucked from eating nuts. But
Okay, nutcock. Man.
that one
Elena has
NPC,
said gun
that
cuck
one
before
NPC you
this.
said that I think caused more devastation than any other NPC, really.
Yeah, the only one who did more devastation was a player character.
It's worth remembering that, like, Vigor was so mad about being called a nut cuck that he condemned that guy to being like tortured to death for eternity by the dragon, like rigged a whole competition and party as a ruse so he could sacrifice this guy to the fucking dragon.
You know,
I'm pretty
and you
sure
say
that was
O'Malley
just
was bad.
serendipity.
You say
No,
O'Malley was bad.
when he found out we had to sacrifice someone to the dragon,
Oh, right.
he figured out, oh no,
That's-
we can throw a party and like we can get this guy specifically. Like he did a whole fake tournament, rigging it so that this guy would win, so that
Oh,
it would be
yeah.
him specifically.
Jesus Christ!
But like you wanted it to be you facing him in the finals so you could beat the shit out of him, but then like throw the match at the last second to the bewilderment of people, and then so he would technically be the winner and get sacrificed to the dragon.
Man.
You beat him up and then sent him to the dragon.
You know, yeah,
And
you
people
know.
didn't call him Nutcuck after that, did they?
No,
No.
people stopped calling him Nutcuck because you cried to Davros about it, and he used the resource of the mob to make it like mob illegal. You know, the mob was enforcing no one could say Nutcuck anymore.
To be fair, Davros did agree that he didn't want to work with someone called Nutcuck, so...
Jesus
I remember
Christ!
That conversation does it upset you that much? Do you want to work with someone called Nutcuck? Good point.
I just love that that was the first like time Vigor like used or really enjoyed his mob connections. Like he bought the apartment with money that he got a lot of. I think he got most of that money with doing mob work, but like, oh God, did he? I forget where we got that money from. But in any case, that was, you know, just sort of staying getting an apartment. The first time he really used or enjoyed the privileges and power that came from being, you know, an underboss in the mob was to make it illegal for people to use the word nutcut.
And you call O'Malley petty.
I mean, that's real power right there. That's
Yeah.
controlling language.
Okay, Skullface.
And it was like the right move to do. You know, you can't have like even if Vigor hadn't, Ariana probably would have, like, she doesn't want people to be calling her underboss fucking or consigliere or whatever fucking nutcuck. That's like, you know, disrespect. Need to establish Vigor needs to be respected and can't be respected if he's called nutcuck.
I like to think that O'Malley to this day just like casual, like secretly tries to spread the word nutcock elsewhere in Hemlock.
Fuck, it's bugging me because we replaced nutcuck with something. I think that was part of how we got people to stop using it.
Brain.
Like, oh yeah!
Oh no, that's even worse.
I forgot about that. That's right, yeah.
It's
Because
fucked
of
up that Vigor is kind of the most, well, you know, from his position, he is basically the setting's equivalent Dragon of Dojima, fucking Kiryu character, but his nickname is fucking Cumbrain.
Imagine
Well,
if
that was
true.
silenced after the dragon thing.
Yeah.
That would be.
That's
That would
actually a
be
thing, yeah. No matter how nice people might find Vigor nowadays, that has to exist in the back of their minds that, yeah, he did some fucking horrible shit to a few people. For very, very petty reasons, but it worked.
Yeah, no, like he beat up an innocent rat on top of his roof, the roof of his apartment.
It does kind of like, you know, with the whole Vigor as sort of Ariana's moral, like, canary coal mine, you know, or it's like, that's her sort, she relies on Vigor as her sort of like, to keep her ethically in check. When Vigor is the one who, like, that's it, this dude, send him to the fucking dragon. Like, he enjoyed doing that. He fucking relished the opportunity.
Everyone has their moral blind spots. That's the press release that Vigor put out.
It was just like that fucking Superman cover. What was it? This one. It was just this was bigger. God.
Just imagining now, like, Kiryu doing some of the stuff that Vigor did. And I actually think the funniest thing to me is the idea of Kiryu being forced to moderate a political debate in an election.
That'd be a good sub story, really.
It would.
There's fucking
Like, that could be
angles
fun. The player has to pick which question to ask from a list.
there.
That'd be
Anyway,
good stuff.
you got
Yeah,
books.
so you got books, and Angelo and Hero are bowling
Yeah,
or doing shooting ranges. Either of the two, or
Is
both.
bowling, I think. I think we've got bowling shoes on now. We're working out the game.
Yeah,
Scott
we're
didn't come
bowling.
with.
Or okay, I guess should we roll strength for this or
I think it'd be more dexterity. Actually, I don't know. I think it'd be dex though.
no?
wouldn't
It is a bit more dex. You need a bit of strength, a bit of dex, but it's like a dex to. God, fucking Angelo and
Maybe I
Hero
could
doing
use
fucking
intelligence and just use the wind to win like a piece of shit.
fucking Flintstoning it up. Okay, Angelo, watch and learn. Wait, this is the first time I'm doing. Okay, wish me luck, Angelo. Hero says as he grabs his bowl.
I'm not going
Bowling.
to wish you luck. You're my opponent. I wish you
It's
ill
still
I
being
have a
good.
question. I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of fantasy equivalent or solution to, like, the funny CG animations that play when you get a strike or whatever?
Yes.
Do they have... How does that work? What are they like?
They're like,
fire sconces.
no.
What?
Here's what happens:
Like a
is
sconce with fire above it, and it kind of plays out the things in fire.
What is a sconce?
I'm gonna get a picture of a sconce.
I'm fascinated. This is the first time this has happened to me in years, that there was, like, a British term or something. I just genuinely, completely don't know.
Yeah, this is a sconce. It's a very small picture, that. That looked bigger on
here's
Google.
what happens. Here's what happens: is that there are mimes that act it out.
Oh,
I love it.
that's a
Absolutely
bigger,
love
that's
it.
a hopefully bigger picture of a sconce. There we go.
Okay. I didn't know that term.
I knew that term.
Huh.
It's a bit of a weird one because it rhymes with nonce, so you just kind of think about that whenever you say that, or I do.
I was
anyway.
thinking about scone.
Oh, that's a far cry from pedophiles.
Okay, Hero, roll dex.
Okay, let's do this, motherfuckers. He does not say that, but he does. But he does say, "Okay, here we
He
go."
says, let's roll.
And then anime, as he throws his ball, anime things. Freeze frames. Angelo sitting there. I don't know, what would Angelo say, that's really anime?
Let's roll. Which is what I said you said.
God damn it!
Gutter ball. Immediate gutter ball. You just like, I imagine you just like toss it like by like
Yeah.
just shooting it like a basketball,
Yeah.
and it just
No, I like to imagine
loud thud onto the alley before like immediate gutter ball.
bird flies by calling me an idiot.
Calls you a gutter cuck.
Wow. Oh. Oh.
I like to imagine it like this.
That didn't go well.
Oh god.
Like,
No, that-
instead of going into the roof, it, like, slipstreams accidentally somehow. Something, yeah.
Winds
Yeah.
up breaking
No,
the
that-
guard's ankle on the other side of town.
Another bowling ball. Where here he just backs off, like sits down, like, oh, oh no.
Now, hero, watch and learn. Because this whole time, Angelo's been watching other people to see how they bowl.
Yeah. We'll just say Hero got 2 gutter balls. That's
Oh,
how bad
yeah.
that roll was.
And
Oh no, the hero gave up after his first one. He didn't realize that you do too.
oh, this is gonna
You
be
get-
good if I fail because
Yeah.
No, no, but
this is
yeah.
gonna be really good. We're not gonna do the whole 10 thing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or are we?
Or are we? Oh, fucking boom!
Oh shit!
Daddy.
You're right. You got to strike.
Alright, I'm retiring
goes
from
right down the
adventuring.
middle
I'm
and
becoming a
boom.
bowler.
That feels depressingly in character for Angelo. That's the worst future I can imagine for him, becoming a pro bowler.
I mean, it really is sticking it to Kaif Lombard. It's
It
just-
really is, but like in the that's like the one future I can imagine where him going against his dad's wishes and following his own dreams is sad.
Well, darts player, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Oh,
Felina
yeah.
likes darts.
Okay. What about
Oh,
lawn darts? Actually, I don't even know.
Oh,
this is
Felina,
lawn
are you
darts.
kidding? She's from Terrebonne. That's like, if any city is into lawn darts, it's Terrebonne.
Mimes pantomime out. The one playing the pin is like turning around while the one playing the bowling ball ties a noose around its neck. And then jumps up with the rope, and then he somehow manages to jump up and stay in midair for a bit.
That's a rather grim visage. Very depressing family circus.
Yeah, people clap for you, going, "Ah, nice."
Oh yeah,
First-
Angelo
there.
bows,
Give
and
it
that
a
doesn't.
try.
And hey, Neo, does that fulfill my alignment of attracting renown, infamy, or rapt's attention with my magic?
You didn't use your magic.
I did. I threw that bowling ball real good. I worked my magic.
Hero looks down and just, oh my god, Angelo, that was so cool. How did you do it? Tell me.
I simply mastered the form.
He looks off to the distance and his hair follows.
I simply,
feel like-
I simply visualized where I wanted the ball to go, and destiny made it follow.
I'm really
Should I?
glad Randall isn't here because I feel like he would get really into bowling, and I'm glad Felina doesn't have to witness that. The other reason is he has just the power, the vibes that he would somehow figure out how to bowl in the exact way to get the mimes to like recreate this.
Actually, no, I think Randall would just end up getting a job here. He has like works at bowling
Oh,
alley.
God.
He does, yeah. Like, I'm
Thanks
glad.
for just making it the PNG.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And further, as Felina gets here, she is just like, orders a beer, I guess, and is just like sort of sitting back, feet propped up, reading while sort of making the occasional sarcastic comments.
Maybe maybe the guy who works here is actually one of those like things of Randall's.
One of his alternate. I thought they were in different dimensions.
They're in different dimensions.
Bowling
Well,
alley
in
is
another.
kind of a dimension of its own.
That's true. Have you seen those carpets?
And the shoes.
Yeah,
How
I guess.
does Angelo feel about having to rent bowling shoes?
He's not a fan. He doesn't like the shoes.
He asked, "Can't I just float?"
He also doesn't really know how to do up laces. Because he's never really had to wear shoes with laces.
Someone had to do them for him. It was very embarrassing.
Tragic,
Oh, it's
really.
a shame Felina
No, he's
wasn't there.
using
She
magic
loves-
to hold them in place. Actually, no, he isn't, because he's not. Yeah, he had to have someone do them for him. It's really embarrassing.
Yeah,
Also,
Keith,
because
you
he's
just
not wearing his brace at the moment, his hair is going crazy.
That
you
must
need
be
help.
a pain for bowling.
And yet, he rolled a 12. Imagine how good he'd be if he had his bracer on.
Could have been the best bowler in the world. Take that, Keith.
Felina is very unimpressed with Angela's bowling, I'll say. She remains steadfast that, oh yes, unga bunga, throw rock good, very impressive.
Angelo comes over at one point. Felina, this is a lot of fun. You should really join in on this.
Yeah.
Felina,
Look at-
break your arm.
What? What did Neo say?
I was gonna say, yeah, Felina, break your arm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
A bowling ball.
I feel-
I don't think Felina could lift a bowling ball without using her like shrinking Schrodinger's bag magic. Or at least she certainly couldn't throw one.
You know, bowling balls have variable weights.
Felina's very weak.
She can't lift 6 pounds.
There are ones for kids, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think that's an excuse to get out of playing a fun game.
I think Felina is the type that would end up accidentally holding onto the ball and going with it.
This is like billiards, but like they had to make the balls giant and there's only one of them. And there's only one direction it can go. It's always the same direction to just like really dumb it down. This is like the caveman version of billiards.
I did not expect that one of Felina's character traits we'd find out would be that she hates bowling.
And she's a
Well-
real snob about it. It's not just, oh, I don't like it. It's this is twats billiards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
This
it's
is
like
pool for dummies.
Wow.
of all
Hey,
the
but-
games that we know are in Terrebonne, bowling isn't one. I think bowling could have fit well in Terrebonne, but just the fact that it's not. I feel like we've sometimes gotten a bit into I'm a bit too defensive of Felina or on her side. And this is something where, because I fucking love bowling, this is something where Felina and I are on complete opposite sides of an issue. And I just think it's important to have that sometimes.
I
Hey,
understand. It's fine as well because I actually don't like bowling that much. So
Meanwhile, Scott's eating like the really cheap pizza, and he's just like,
oh,
and he just points out, it's like, oh god, this is awful, but I can't stop eating it.
Wait,
Ooh,
maybe they
that's a
put a
good point.
spell.
Felina
Maybe put
gets a
us up.
chili dog.
Nice.
That was I used to spend 3 hours every Friday night for 3 years at a bowling alley. Bowling very little that time. My parents were in a bowling league. This is when I was like in middle school. But there was the bowling alley cafe thing, and that was my favorite thing to get, the jumbo hot dogs, sometimes as a chili dog, sometimes just as a hot dog. It's a very nostalgic thing for me, that bowling alley.
hmm.
Hung out in the arcade all the time. I got super good at claw machines when I was there too.
Nice.
I think Felina would be good at claw machines, but I don't think those exist. Maybe
I
they
mean,
do.
maybe. Are there claw machines? I also think Felina wouldn't like claw machines, though.
I could see them existing in like Emberwell, but I feel like that's not a.
Yeah.
I could see gotcha machines being a big thing in Terrebonne. That feels in character for Terrebonne. But yeah, Felina is mostly reading while they're doing that.
Nice.
Can I actually do another use one of my bag books uses on, because I do have something else I wanna study before the next day or two.
Sure.
I want to read, one of the books Felina looked for She wanted to find anything she could about the snakes of the swamp.
All right, roll int.
Fucking,
Okay.
she got the fucking book on them.
Yeah. There are a lot of different snakes in the swamp. The ones that you're involved with are considered sort of the most powerful. Uh, they've been in control of the swamp since well before any of the cities were erected. And in fact, they actually have in the original treaties for the establishment of the cities around the marsh, nearby the marsh and the swamp, uh, there are actually parts where the snakes are mentioned, so they were present.
But so I take it there's nothing about like their sort of magical nature or things like that. Nothing more she finds there.
There's not much else that's known to be written down, no.
Yeah. Well, I figured probably it was worth a shot at finding more out about that. That's cool to know. That's something Felina makes a mental note of doing, is looking into these treaties to see if there's anything she can dig up and kind of lawyer up as a favor to the snakes.
Nice.
If any of the cities are technically in violation of something or anything like that.
Cool.
Cool.
And then I guess the rest of the night is just spent bowling and
Angelo
being a
wins.
bowler.
Angelo wins handily. He tidies up.
Nice.
Yeah, Hero is defeated.
At least I've got
But,
a
you know,
career
he's-
after adventuring.
Hero isn't a sore loser. He's just thinking about how he could improve.
Does Angelo say that in character, actually?
No,
Okay.
but he is thinking it.
But what Angel doesn't know is if Cape Lombard found out, he would just come and bowl against his son and win.
Bowl a perfect game.
Dad, you can't do this.
You know, actually it occurs to me. I think Randall would have beaten Angelo, and I think he would have beaten him by doing the fucking like Tom Haverford like fucking just the like both hands sort of crouches down and just like kind of shoves the ball down two-handed roll and would have gotten a strike every. I think Randall would have bowled a perfect game like
I
that.
think he should have done and discovered a love for it.
I'm so grateful that he didn't, for Felina's sake.
I leave and I go and get him partway through the
Yeah.
game. I don't.
Yeah, no, Hero is Angel, we need to tell everyone everyone in the party about it.
You just start going up against like a fucking anime, like fucking bowling people, like with like wacky bowling gimmicks. You go up against one guy who just has like a gigantic golf club.
They call him
One
the
guy-
railgun. Why? Because he
And
throws
one
it really
guy-
fast? No, he has a magnetic cannon.
One guy's gimmick is that he spins the ball. That's it.
He's the pin talker. He talks to the pins.
This guy's gimmick, he is the ball.
This guy gimmick is when he bowls, he can see like 1 second into the future, so he can see where it will land. Wait.
There's one guy who is very strong, and he'll actually throw the bowling ball in such a way that it'll cause a slight dent in the floor, so that the next person who bowls will get their ball fucked up by the dent. And have
You know what's
another
fucked
ball.
up? Not exactly that, but that's actually not far from a real bowling strat.
Yeah, no, that's
one guy
that's,
who gets a bunch of like construction equipment so the building is tipped at an angle.
Yeah, no, and like, that's how shonen work. They just take slight concepts and they just over exaggerate them.
It's not denting the thing. It's because the lanes have to get waxed in professional bowling before each game, but the wax isn't coated evenly on the thing. Like not all bowling lanes are identical. There are different wax patterns, and as the game goes on, every time you roll a ball, it removes some of the wax, and that changes the characteristics of like how the ball will roll down the lane.
Danny.
So you can't just roll the same.
Oh my god, it's like Initial D when they're like worried about the tires and like how much grip they have left.
Yeah, literally. And so the lane evolves as you play, and
Isn't tipping the entire building something that happens in like the fucking Kaiji pink pachinko
Yeah,
machine
that's
arc?
how he rigs it so
Yeah.
he can win the unwinnable pachinko machine. Is he gets a lot of water and he gets a lot of materials in, and he places them in the lower rungs of the building when no one notices. So the building is literally like leaning a bit when he plays.
That's actually the Leaning Tower of Pisa used to, like, it was a giant pachinko parlor back in the day. Like,
When the Italians,
that's
came up with
that's the
pachinko.
lamest joke I've done in a really long time.
Yeah, I now have more respect for everyone who's ever taken a picture leaning against the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
What about one? Which is better, people who take a picture where they're pushing the tower or where they're trying to like
Push it back
stop
up.
the tower? Yeah.
Oh, I mean they're both shit.
I like the ones where they're pushing it because, like, I like the implication there of, like, casting them not in a heroic light, but as this sort of, like, kaiju destroying
Oh, I
ancient
thought you meant
historical
pushing it to like
landmarks.
prop it upright, like
No,
people
yeah,
like
either
yeah.
pushing it down to knock it over, or people with the picture pushing to, like, prop it upright, or maybe stop it from falling.
I'm trying to think. Is there any good? Is there any original idea for a Leaning Tower of Pisa like shot? Because it doesn't lend itself to much inventiveness.
You could do it like the tower's about to fall on you. And oh, you know what? I
Maybe
don't
if
think
you
I've actually seen this done. Take a picture, but the camera's oriented to the tower, not the ground, so it looks like the ground is
oh,
slanted.
and then have
And
someone
then
try and look like
pose.
they're hanging
Yeah,
on.
exactly. Yeah,
Or
pose
I
like
was
you're
thinking
slipping
like a
down.
motorbike, and you'd pop a wheelie, so it's like you're riding up it.
I saw someone do a picture where they did like a backflip and made it look like they were running down it.
That's good.
Yeah.
You could do it like have an airplane flying past it, so it looked like the airplane was going to crash, but like the tower's dodging it. Tower leaned out of the way, built different. Saw 9/11 happen and was like, couldn't be me.
What was it doing in New York in September 2001? Guess it
It
saw it 'cause
doesn't
it's
have
pretty
to
high
be
up.
there. Watch the news.
Oh,
It's a
okay. I
tower of
thought
the
maybe it just
world.
saw it on the horizon because it's kind of tall.
That's why it was peering over to look at something.
This one's pretty good.
That's
What
good,
I
yeah.
don't like about this one is that the tower. No, what I like about this one, the tower doesn't even have to be leaning to do this joke. You could have done this photo with any tower.
That's the point, yeah. I mean, unless
You
have
know what
buns
I
with it.
would do to take a photo of it is, yeah, just take a normal photo of the tower, but just do it at an angle so you can't see that it's leaning, where it's like leaning directly away from the camera. So it's just looks like a straight tower. I have a take. I feel like the Leaning Tower of Pisa is kind of a fucked up looking building. Like, if you take
Oh
away
yeah,
the
it's
whole
leaning.
leaning thing, But like if you ignore that it's leaning and just look at it as a normal tower, I feel like it's a fucked up looking tower. Like it looks better leaning.
I mean, that's the thing about it. If it wasn't leaning, no one would give a shit. It's not that interesting otherwise. It's only good because it's bungled.
Like it feels distinctly weird looking to me if it was straight up. And in not a good way.
Anyway,
Yeah.
bowling happened.
So, yep. So, bowling happened, and that about all you want to do in Terrebonne?
I think so. Yeah.
In
Missed the
Terrebonne.
library trip. We got too
Terrant,
into the bowling to do some library hunting ourselves.
Nice.
I need to get my van brace back.
Yep. All right. So, exit back out the city, go back to camp.
Give me my van brace, hero. Gimme.
Hero's not here.
I guess I'm never getting it back.
No, I'm here.
We left the roll 20. He's not here.
Give me
Oh, weird.
the van brace.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, no. Okay, hero is here. Okay, don't worry, I'll pick it out.
Oh no, it's been stolen.
No.
Who could have done this?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to roll wisdom.
Oh yeah, you have to roll wisdom to do. It's just a chance that it's just stuck there forever.
Okay, but like on a 7 to 9, it takes a few moments to reach you.
Oh,
So
I just love. Okay, so just in those moments where Angela's like, "All right, can I have it back?" and Hero's like, "Sure," and then does the thing, but then nothing happens. Just in that like beat, Helena just like, "You could have given it to me.
Oh,
You
here.
made this choice."
I didn't make any choice. I didn't give it to him. I threw it in the air. Fate decided the rest.
Here it is. Hero hands it over to him.
And see, everything went fine. I took a gamble. Went okay.
You sure did.
All right. So,
And I
Gonna
get
go
and I get my
your ball back.
I get my ball back.
There you go. Yeah. Still Yvonne and Randall were just chatting, I guess.
Oh, there's this amazing game in this city called bowling.
It's not amazing.
Randall goes,
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
bunch
great.
of dudes throwing heavy round rocks in a straight line.
I don't
at
want
pins.
to. I don't want to correct you, but you're being rather silly about this. They were made. They weren't stone. They weren't rocks.
They were stone orbs that you could finger.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Randall, it's a shame that you missed it.
Oh, you would have loved it. And I cleaned house. It was amazing. I'm a natural
Yeah.
at it.
Oh man. I
That's
gotta check
There's
this
a-
out
there's-
someday.
There are several lanes, and you throw your ball down the lane to knock pins over. It's a game that really challenges your strength and dexterity.
Nice. Oh, I gotta check this out someday.
I don't think it challenges your dexterity that much.
I never seen
Lena,
you.
did you do well?
I didn't play.
She
I
was scared of losing. It seems.
I exercise the most important muscle, my brain.
There's just silence in the carriage.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, too, I think I genuinely feel like that's the most out of character thing I've ever had Felina say.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, Randall
well,
just, like-
we had fun.
Way. That's good. That's good. Oh man. Hey, how many days travel is it back to the city? Driver answers. Should only be 2 more days. We're probably gonna camp out in we'll probably camp out in Seneca tomorrow night, and then make the day's travel to Terrebonne.
Well, we
Sounds-
need to see Seneca again.